Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? Well, it is TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. That's what a lot of people say. So the Friday dance, the Friday dance, the Friday dance. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, hey, oh, hey. We got it? You got your groove on? Woo, you made it 5 days. You barely made it, but you made it. And now you got Saturday and Sunday, many of you, to recuperate. And some of you, I know you got to go to work tomorrow and Sunday. Well, I'm sorry about that. But hey, if it's money to be made and we got to have money to survive, so we got to do what we got to do. Is that right, baby Crone? So true. As I said to you, I say to you now, I am talking about Jess from the Breakfast Club. Jess with the mess. I waited 2 days to talk about this.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to just rush in. I wanted to really sit back and listen to what she had to say. And this is my take on it. First of all, looking at it from an outward appearance, it would appear to be, Jess, you just got the job. Why would you get pregnant?
That
doesn't seem safe to me. And if I'm looking at it, I would say that's too soon. You didn't secure your spot, or you thought you may have secured your spot.
Mm-hmm.
But then you said, I am not going to regret that I took time out to have my baby.
Yes, you did say
so that let me know you sealed that. Mm-hmm. In other words, if I do regret it, you'll never know. I did what I did. I love my baby.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I had my baby. So if anybody, I like how she dealt with that. Because like I said, I was listening. Because I listened to the heart of the person. And what her heart was saying to me is, I come back to work. Y'all, you're really not acting like y'all really happy that Jess with the mess is back and celebrating the baby. And the girl that I chose, Rose, what's her name? The girl that I chose, y'all acting funny towards me.
Yeah.
Now, I know something is funny, but I don't know what it is. You're being nice and nasty at the same time. I'm no fool.
Lauren LaRosa.
And it's like she's talking over me, whatever. This is my script and all of this. I listened to what you had to say. And this was my conclusion. Mm-hmm. I came to the point, I think they were gaslighting you.
Yeah.
DJ Envy, even though he said you could have talked to me, he saw what was going on. Even Charlemagne said, hey, put it into a skit. Make it like y'all argue.
Yes.
But that's business. He's just thinking like a businessman. He's like, hey, y'all arguing? Good. Y'all say, make it for business. I got you. 2 black girls don't get along. Oh, fine with me. Ratings. He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
That's his show. He's always about, look, okay, we'll try it. And I truly believe this is what I think happened. When she got into the spot, she fit.
Yes.
She was what they were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they didn't want Jess.
Right.
But in my heart, if Jess would have went back and just laid dead and just kept up with it, didn't show her disdain for what happened, I think that in about another 6 months, they would have let her go.
Mm.
After her contract was up.
True.
They said they want to show a 4, but they show me that they can change their mind. They fickle. And the girl fit. She fit. Even Jess said, she fit. She do it. Da-da-da. But what you're not going to do, come on my time and overtalk me. Yes. That's disrespectful. I understand everything. I do. From the what's that word? Ethical point of it.
Yes.
Now the question is, why did she go on the air and vent the laundry?
Yes.
I can tell you why.
Okay.
She has been back, I don't know how long. Nobody addressed her. They still acting like zombies, like nobody know what's going on. And I think she got home and she got to thinking, and just like her generation, media. She's listened to what the media say and what's going on, and understand she's hormonal.
You're right. Don't forget about that.
She's hormonal. You know, she's going through the change to get back to her new normal.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a baby, what, a 7-month-old baby?
I'll check.
She's going through.
Yes.
And I guess what?
Oh, no, I was saying yes, she's going
and
through.
So with all these thoughts, she just went a little cuckoo. She could have smoked a little weed. She could have drank a little wine. Maybe took a little hint. I don't know what she does. She could have talked to her mom or talked to a man, or I don't know. Maybe saw a movie and thought, you know what, this was some BS. And I think she vented where she felt comfortable and where she felt heard.
Yes.
Because they wasn't listening to her on her job.
Nope.
And even when they had the conversation, she was bold enough to go in the next day and face the music. She knew it was going to be music played. So when she got in and she heard, even then, I felt DJ Envy was hard on her. I even then felt like she wasn't heard, really.
Mm-hmm. Yes, her baby is 7 months old.
Yeah, I felt like she still knew.
Mm-hmm.
And so you go back to work, you all excited, you leaving your baby, you da-da-da-da, boom, boom, and you're dealing with this crazy. As if you said, I can't go away and have a baby.
Yes, that's exactly.
Bring another soul in the world to help our family. This is a good tidings of joy.
Yes.
And I go away for just the several months. I come back and my slot has been taken on the DL and nobody telling me. That's a lot.
That is.
How do you deal with that?
Got to get some people on your side if nobody's listening to you on
your job. So where you heard a lot of flack was from the media. Mm-hmm. And that guy, that comedian, I think he was very harsh. And you know, he may say, you know, I don't have no, you know, that's a fact. You out to hurt Black women.
Yeah.
You out to hurt. So whatever has embittered you, that is not any way you help somebody. For the moment, there was something this guy could have done that was sweet and kind and would have went as a blessing. But you wanted to hurt her. You wanted to make her feel bad. And I bet you a fat man to 5 boxes of donut, you don't like her. I don't even know you.
Yeah.
But what you did is not cool, and you're going to pay for that, because that was a woman that just gave birth to a baby. Just gave birth. She didn't need that. Mm-mm. We have no respect for women that just had babies. They need at least a year to adjust to the trauma their body went through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, we're not having babies like we used to, where you can rise into your kundalini and transcend. Mm-hmm. We're feeling this thing because of so many wicked hearts and because of so much that's going on in the world. We have babies by the wrong men for the wrong reasons. And until women understand this is a holy thing. And when I bring a baby in, it's supposed to be a holy thing. And until that, and no one has respect for birth.
No.
And all the pain that you go through, you should. And not mention the 8 months, 9 months, you got to carry it.
Yes.
So anyway, I just feel bad. I think that comedian could have kept it. He could have said what he had to say, but he didn't have to say it in that way.
Yeah, for real, honestly.
You wanted to hurt her.
Yeah, that was just disrespectful.
You wanted to hurt her. You're a mean person. You can come off like, and I said, let me know how you treat your woman. That's how you treat your girl, your wife.
It's true. That's how he feels.
That's how you would treat them. That's how you treat women. I can tell you, he's the type of a man that look at women as bitches. Because he has no respect for this woman just gave birth 7 months ago. Her baby now 1 year old. 7.
Yes, a half a year.
And you do that? You're mean. And you could be funny. You could be so funny. But with that kind of meaning, it'll reek in what you say. Because you got a problem with women.
Yep, your jokes
you don't even
like
know. Your jokes will seek you out. And one day these women are going to have their ears and eyes open. And they're not going to like your jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you talked about just like that as a woman that's just having a birth, just had a baby, that is sacred. You showed no mercy. But instead you tore her down limb by limb. Mm-hmm. Why? Because you are a male and that was chauvinistic. You didn't have to do it. But you will pay karma for that, whoever you are out there. And you can come for me, but you know what? I said what I said. It wasn't cool, and you know it. The one thing that is sacred, we don't mess with pregnant people.
That's true.
You don't, they're giving birth to something holy or unholy, whatever. It has to be here.
That's true.
It fought its way to be here.
Rightfully so.
It won the lottery ticket to reincarnate itself right back on earth. And as a woman, body have to go through these things. We have to respect it. Where is the respect? And then you need to give her a year. She needs more, but in a year, she's got to readjust.
Yeah.
She's still hormonal. Mm-hmm. Why didn't she? Maybe she wasn't thinking like that. When she came back, she was just hurt.
Yeah.
And disappointed.
Understandably.
So let's see where her mind is. Mm-hmm. She talk hard. She act hard.
Let's see what her zodiac sign is.
But she's a woman, feeling womanly. She's done the most precious thing a woman can do, and that is give birth. A man can't do it.
No. She's an Aquarius. Born on the 13th.
She's a leader. Mm-hmm. She's the water bear.
Yeah.
What do you mean? She knows the frequency. She's air. She understands the frequency. She feels the frequency. Mm-hmm. She felt what y'all was doing.
Yeah.
And as the water bear to carry the water, she dumped the water out.
That's true.
See, because you need water and you need air because water helps air.
Yes.
When you feel that cool breeze, you don't see it, but it's water in there. Mm-hmm. So she threw it over and said, if this is what we're going to do, then let's do it. I'm not afraid to walk away from my job. I wanted to be here. This was a dream of mine.
Yes.
Had I known I'd get pregnant and I would lose my status, my place, mm-hmm. I would have never taken the job. Because it's my time. How old is she? 33?
She is, yes, 33. Just turned 33 last month.
I'm getting old. My biological clock. I'm ready. They say at 35, she's at a good age. She have a child, and she's like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
I done did everything. I done got everything. I got everything. Money, this. I got the job. I got this. And now I want a baby. And it may not be on your time, but this is my time. And I be daggone hell if she didn't get penalized for stepping off and having a baby. And
Right.
as for Rosa, what's her name?
LaRosa.
How could you even, without even thinking, want to take somebody's spot? Character.
Yeah, right. Claw to the top.
Your claw to the top. And then when she came back, you didn't want to let it go.
Nope. Saw an opportunity and took it.
You knew you had it. It was a better way. Like she said, talk to me. Y'all wouldn't even talk to her.
No.
Y'all just iced the baby. Ice, baby. That's what you did. And that's not cool on no level, in my opinion.
No.
So let's see how she's doing. Jess with the mess. Jess hilarious. I think her name is Jess Moore.
Yes, Jessica Moore.
Jessica Moore. How is her mental? That have to be very hurtful. What the cards say? She says she's strong.
She's in her element.
And she may have had to think about this. Because, I mean, I saw one time, she was just sitting at the thing doing her phone. I was like, what's wrong with Jess? She wasn't talking. It just wasn't right. It didn't make sense to me.
Something was definitely going on.
Yeah, it was off. And everybody was acting like it's normal. And nobody said, come on, Jess, why you ain't saying nothing? It was just empty.
Yeah.
And I realized now she was alone.
And was standing up
because LaRosa was up there trying to take her place. And you know what? She's going to be blessed. She was looking out, doing something, a womanly thing.
Yep.
Going home and taking a baby, doing something feminine. The most feminine thing you could do is be pregnant.
Yeah.
Because it leaves you so vulnerable. So here she knows the frequency. And she chose. This is what's powerful. And she said it. She knew people would think that. That's why she said, I chose. This is my time, my opportunity. I done did it all. I did it. It's my time. And this is what I wanted.
Right.
She even knew, just understanding being a king, she knew that it would be that frequency. But I don't think that she thought that they would do her like that.
Right. She had more trust in them.
Yeah. What do I see in her? I think right now she's strong. She understands the time.
Yeah, following that intuition.
She's following that intuition. But I do believe that it hurt her. I do believe, I don't know if you could see these cards. It's the high priestess. I don't know if you could see it.
Yes.
I do believe it hurt her. It hurt her soul. It hurt her in a way that it took trust. It made me where I don't trust you no more.
Yeah.
It made me like, y'all did this to me. Y'all could have told me. And what I love about her is I know my weaknesses.
Yes.
I'm not taking nothing from LaRosa. But just don't come taking from me.
Right. It was sneaky and done right in her face.
It was done. It was done. And LaRosa should have told her, they want to put me in your slot. When you was gone, the audience loved it. She know the truth.
Yeah, but for real, they should really change the name if it's not just hilarious.
Right. But I guess all contracts, remember this is contract, but I think somebody should have told her.
Yeah.
And I see here, she chose home, life, and family. When she came back, she was just she was coming back heavy. She was mentally ready. She was ready. But when she came, she got a warm embrace. Something wasn't right. I wasn't there. Everything I say is allegedly. And this is how I'm picking up her energy. But she got this hurt her. And I bet you that this woman, can I say my favorite thing?
Yes, you can.
I bet a big old fat man to 12 boxes of donuts.
12 boxes.
Just hurt her. deep.
Mm-hmm.
This has changed the way she see things.
Oh.
She was gullible. Like this was the job. I wanted to be here. And now it's like, this is why she said, this was another profound thing she said. She said, I don't know how Angela E stayed here for as long as she did. Because she see it. She's frequency. Mm-hmm. In other words, she's an air sign. Yep. She's tuned in other words, she observing what when you don't think she's looking. That's just in her nature, born that way. Just to be in the frequency, to be able to read circumstances and read a situation. She was able to pick up on it, and because she just had a baby, mm-hmm. she's hypersensitive.
Oh yeah.
So she really was feeling that thing. Mm-hmm. And if she felt safe, she said in her words, she didn't say it, I didn't feel safe to go off at the job. I was outnumbered. But I knew if I go on the air,
mm-hmm, that's true.
Y'all have to deal with me because I don't care if I lose my job. Look like I already lost it anyway. Yeah. And if you think you're just going to put old Jess in a corner, that ain't happening. I'm under a contract with you. And what I love, she said, I'm showing up.
Yep, she was.
I don't know if I would have showed up, but she showed up and they went. And I, even after all, even with DJ Envy, I just felt like she still was being attacked. That's how I felt. I felt like they was gaslighting her. Like, girl, that's all in your head. I told you don't worry about what they say. You could have did this. Why didn't you say something?
Right. I have a question.
Go ahead.
If you could pull a card.
Definitely.
I want to know if the breakfast, like the members of the Breakfast Club, like lied to her, deceived her. Like if she goes off on maternity leave, that she was going to have a slot and that this was temporary.
I think when they put what's her name? LaRosa, I think that is right. I think she was seasoned. It was her moment. I think it was. I think she fit. I don't know. But just according to what everyone says, I truly believe she was fit. It was good for her. Jess was good. They could have worked at another place with Jess, mm-hmm. but I believe they would have phased Jess out, even if it was for finances.
Okay.
They probably would have kept her there for a year or whatever and phased her out because they really didn't need it, because they want that setup where you got one woman and two male, where the woman is the buffer zone. She give the news. She do the research. They wanted that. And that's not what Jess is. She is just with the mess. In other words, I'm the rounder girl. I talk about the mess. I ask questions. All of that wasn't what she was. That's not why she was there. So giving her a position like that, she was just doing the best she could. If they would have worked with her for about another year, she would have been good at it.
Yeah.
Just a matter of practicing.
Mm-hmm.
You do something enough, you'll get used to it. She just didn't have enough practice. Give her another year. If she would have came back, give her another year, she would have had it. Just practice. You know, mm-hmm. and you gave us some hints of, why don't you look up a da-da-da-da-da-da. She would have done it.
Yeah.
But it seems to me that she's okay. It hurt her because she's saying, I chose family life. Can you see it?
Yes.
I chose to have a baby. I chose to be feminine. And when I did it, I thought I was safe. Can you imagine? This has upset her. How could you ever feel safe? Mm-hmm. Again with these people. Charlemagne was like, hey, make a skit out of it. Sounds good. Two black women talking sound all right with me. Yeah. What you want to know?
I was wondering if she was deceived into believing that her spot was.
I don't think so. I can say this. I can answer this. I'll pick a card, but I don't think so. Yeah, see, I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so, because I think they really loved her and I think they enjoyed her and I think that she was doing good. But I think that in retrospect, I think the baby was too soon.
Okay.
I do. But that's just me. It wasn't too soon for her.
Right.
But she's looking at it. She should have stayed at her position a little bit longer. But when Mother Nature calls, she calls.
Yeah, that's true.
She calls, she
Yes,
calls.
you got to work with Mother Nature.
You know? So she probably went off for 7, 8 months and thinking everything is hunky-dory.
Yep.
She comes back, and because the woman just fit, I don't think they didn't expect that.
Got you.
You understand? So when she came, it was like a love. She really fit the role of Angela E. She really fit it. It's like, wow, we thought it was Jess, but it's not Jess. It's not Jess with the mess. They would have put her there, but that where she got hired wouldn't have been. And Jess wouldn't be happy in that. Unless they could give Jess a 5-year contract.
Okay.
And she could be Jess with the mess as a host and all 4 of them. That would be nice.
Yeah, now that would be nice.
That would be nice. But because of the way things went down, from a sensitive homeowner woman that just got birth from having just performed a miracle.
Yes.
She got what's that word? Penalized for doing a womanly thing.
Yeah.
A beautiful thing. A brave thing. You got to be bold to bring a baby because they don't come easy. You understand? What's wrong with you?
Nothing, just thinking about the pains and the struggles.
Oh, it made you get like that?
Yes, I did, just thinking about it for 9 months.
So it's just going to be all right. She's got strength. She's a little broken. This hurt her. But she's going to be all right. She know in her heart, this is what I wanted. And somewhere in her brain, she knew that it would be a flack for it. Because that's why she said, I took time off. It was my moment. I'm paraphrasing. I wanted to have this baby. So she knew. Somebody could have said, it may be too soon. No. And she's like, I'm having this baby. This is what I want.
Yeah, maybe her husband could have.
I don't know if she's married.
Oh.
Look and see.
Maybe her significant
So
other.
at the end, is she going to stay with the Breakfast Club?
That's a better question.
It would just be if the money was right, if the conditions was right. And it's about respect.
Yeah, they are not
It's
married.
about respect, huh?
I said, yeah, you are right. They are not married.
Yeah, it's about respect. It's about if the money's right, if the conditions are safe, because she doesn't feel safe with them anymore. And they don't feel safe with her.
Fair enough.
Why? Because they don't know the next time you go off, you're going to just put us under the bus and go out there and rant.
Liability.
It's like you're a liability. You're a liability. But I felt as though they gaslit her. But she is a comedian. And like all things, sometimes it's best to walk away on good terms than to have them tell you leave.
Yeah, that's true.
I think she really needs to think about leaving. Is that what she's thinking about doing? Yes. The money is good and everything. But this fight has put her in a place of thinking about leaving. What do you think?
Yeah, most definitely. I would do.
I made my decision.
If I felt like that, I wouldn't want to be there.
Because you know, D-Day Envy is angry that you went live. You know, La Rosa, is that her name?
Yeah.
La Rosa, it wasn't right the way she went about it. And people say you can't blame her. Yeah, you can. She could say, I'm not, wait till she come back.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to know I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be thirsty. I'm not going to climb up on somebody because they just had a baby and they're homos. I know it sounds right, but it doesn't feel right. I'd rather wait for, I'll do what I can. But when she come back, let's have a meeting. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be that chick. I'm not going to claw behind her back when she put me in this position. I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. She could have been this way.
Yeah, she could have.
But she, in my opinion, unless I misunderstood, you'll tell me. I just feel as though that the way that this was handled was horrible.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Sometimes I have to say it. Social media is, even though it's hard for me to believe, social media is like going to the psychiatrist any day, anytime, at night, all weedy hours. You can go there and vent.
That's true.
It seems like that's what it's there for. Like, I just got to talk to somebody. I just got to share my feelings with someone. I want y'all to know how I feel. Yeah. People come on there drunk, crying.
Yeah. Anybody, anywhere can identify at any moment.
Come on and just talk and just hear me. And you got an audience.
Mm-hmm. Truly not alone.
You're not alone. And maybe that's what she needed, to feel I wasn't alone, because she did feel she was alone on that job. Well, that's what I think. That's what I feel. Do you have anything to say?
How has this affected her relationship?
That's a good question. Ooh.
Yes, they've been together since 2023.
It's up in the air.
That's
so many mixed feelings right now. It's up in the air. It's still hurt. You know, there are people that don't like what she did. There are people that just feel like you ain't had to do it that way. You know? So it's up in the air. It's a bittersweet. But you got to do what you got to do. And sometimes if that means I got to go on the air and ramp and rock, I've seen the best, the big actors.
Yes.
Come on there and rant. Mm-hmm. Just to feel free. I've seen them drunk, Carly B. Just come, because it's what they need. Mm-hmm. And somehow they get through it.
They do.
I've seen Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Come on and just say it.
Yes, the power of the internet.
Just power. I've seen Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
I've seen him. I can't even name all. Will Smith. Mm-hmm. Jada.
Justin Bieber. What's his name? Will Smith's son,
Jaden.
Yes.
Sometimes you just gotta do. I mean, we can't. Selena Gomez.
Yes.
The great ones. And they find comfort. I'm glad that social media is here for those moments where you're about to lose it, or you just need to get it out of you and you're just not on your job, or you don't feel safe. Mm-hmm. Because somebody is there and somebody can call 911. And 911 can track you. Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that she got it out of her system.
Yes.
I'm glad that she stood up like a bear.
Yep.
And said, I'm not afraid to lose this job. Mm-hmm. I am somebody. That's right, Jessica Moore.
Yes.
And you are hilarious. And you know, since you from Maryland, I got you. I look up for my Marylanders.
You do.
Even Krishan. But I tell you when you're wrong and I'll tell you when you're right. Mm-hmm. So that's my reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And look, do me a solid, please. If you enjoyed this reading, give me a thumbs up, please. If you haven't subscribed and you like, I kind of like this kind of stuff. I'm the esoteric. I give you a spiritual way to look at things. You don't have to agree, just another way to look at it. And you could always tell me how you feel. But if you could do that, you could subscribe. And if you really think that I've said something that is so deep or so profound, please share with a friend.
Yes.
You don't know how much you will help us, really, and how much we appreciate it. So please join the Crones family. We get wisdom here.
Yes.
And with that, you know that we love you.
Yes.
And we thank you for all the ones that come back and return to us. Mwah. Thank you. And we hope to enlarge our family every day.
Yes.
So please, thumb us up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you like it, play us forward. You'll be nothing but blessed for it.
Yes.
I promise. And with that, you know what we say? Sunflowers!